Hello, maurieos. 2018 Engineering Maths Tutorial 12. Hello, welcome. Well, she's been a busy time for maths students with quizzes and worksheets and tests and assignments and My Math Global. All of these things all coming back, so it's time to take stock, time to regroup, to strategize, and to move forward and crush it. So let's just have a look at what we've got planned. So once again, we defer across to the big screen to the formidable engineering maths team, and we go to the tutorial, and this is the civil tutorial. So this will be civil tutorial here, just taking some time to come through. And as we work our way down with the scroll of death, as it is called, down to tutorial number 12, which we'll just edit to make that correct for you now. So this is tutorial 12, forever now, made that done. So that's that sorted out. Back through the scroll of death, and here we are. Here's our tutorial PowerPoint here, and we can have a look at that at any time really and get that up and get it up there and see. It takes a little bit of time to load, as you can see, and then we just enable editing, and we have a nice little slideshow here from the beginning, which we just got to buzz off our second screen, and there it is up on the video thing there. 2018 Engineering Maths Tutorial 12, available through the modern miracle of technology on your Moodle site. So let's move on with that. So there's my contact details. If there's anything that you need to contact me about, you've always got my contact details. There's no excuses. There's no woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's all there. Alrighty. So for this tutorial, we'll sort out the register. By now I've remembered and know who you all are, so I can pretty much do it from memory. So we don't need to sign the sheet anymore, really. We just get it done. So I'll give you a brief introduction, and then we'll be looking at weekly worksheet 8 and integration applications, and what to do before next week, essentially. But there are other things to do. So weekly worksheet number 8, we'll be looking at that. That's going to be due in this week with the test weekly quiz 9. So we need to have a good look at that so that you can get maximum marks for that. Now the second test that you sat last week will be coming back, well, or was it the week before? The week before, I think. That will be coming back to you. Now you need to review that just to check what you've done and where you went wrong and sort out any problems, or sort of make sure that everything's good and tickety-boo. All right, and then you should be preparing for weekly quiz 9, which is tomorrow. And that's going to be on worksheet 8. So you'll be handing in worksheet 8 with weekly quiz 9. So we've got a little bit out of sync numbers wise, but we're mathematicians, so I think we can deal with that pretty easily. And you need to then be aware of worksheet 9, because that's what you're going to be working on after the quiz before next week's session. And you need to have worked out what you're going to do before next week. Plan your action. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, basically. So you do need to set out a plan you know, sometimes you might not be able to follow your plan, so you've got to adjust your plan to suit changing circumstances, but at least have a plan to start with. Otherwise, you'll just not do anything. Alrighty, so I've got my little slide or poster here. So with all these things happening, I mean, it happens every time in sport and industry and things like that, that we get a whole lot of results and things back, and we have to regroup, you know, that we've got to evaluate and regroup and make sure that sort of things, and then strategize what we're going to do based on our experiences in the past. So if we've done really well, we need to say, well, hey, we'll continue doing what we did. It's working well. Let's get more of that and get in there, and we're going to crush it or smash it or whatever you want to, nail it. These are the words that you want to be getting in your mind. I'm going to crush it. This maths, I'm going to absolutely nail it, smash it to bits, smash it to smithereens. That's the sort of thing that we want to do. So we've got to set up these things, and obviously from time to time things don't always go according to plan. So we've got to regroup, re-strategize, but the goal's still the same. We're there to smash it out. So yeah, that's what we've got to be doing. So let's just have a look over at Moodle and see. Well, there's nothing too much has changed there, to be honest. It's all there. Your assessment result, assessment of the weekly worksheets will be there soon, so we're all up to date there. You can see worksheet 8 is just waiting in there with the model answers once that you've set that quiz and we've got that sorted. And there's worksheet 9 all ready to go, so you might have had a look at it already, but there'll be copies of that available for you. Just over here at the weekly, now where's the 2018 weekly quiz? Here's the answers to weekly quiz 8, which are there. So again, you might want to review those, work out where you went wrong and get yourself back on track there. And now somewhere, test and exam revision. Oh yes. So over here, test 2, the test 2 model answers are up. So this will enable you to review your performance in the test and see how you can improve and how you can just tweak things a notch so that you can get up to the next level and beyond. These are the things that successful students do. Students that crush that maths exam and that sort of thing. Now, I've said this time and time again, for your internal mark, you should be aiming at 60 plus. 60's the threshold. Anything above 60 is a real bonus. But the threshold of 60 means that you go into that final exam only needing 40%. So that's enough to cover any exam anxiety, any sort of dizziness or whatever that might occur in the exam, or some sort of, anxiety, shock, fever or whatever. So that's what you should be definitely aiming for, is that 60% or 30 out of 50 threshold in this in the internal things. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it really. So let's just wind it up there, and yeah, onwards and upwards. All good. Cheers. See you.